Second video, like I was saying, they don't care. They don't care what happened to people. Because it's enough of us just next. Assembly line. Next. One go to jail, one dead. Next. When we gonna stop the shit? When we gonna stop the shit? We're on a playing field, right? We're on a board, and we're all just, pieces, you know what I'm saying, that they don't really give a fuck about. They don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a bucket full of pennies. You know what I'm saying? You lose one, you gain one. It really doesn't make a difference. It needs to make a difference. I don't know what else to say, man. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with, I'm just call them a master narcissist. You know what I mean? They want to love, as far as what my experiences is, but how they choose to love is something totally different than what I won't even say a normal person is accustomed to, because in their world, they're normal. In my world, I'm normal. In your world, you're normal. So who's to say what's unnormal or what's normal? That's like saying what's weird or what isn't. You have to be very open-minded to even attempt to understand this world. You know what I mean? And to say what doesn't happen, to say what is and what isn't, that's a fine line. That's a fine line. But the truth of it is, just know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And if people want to challenge that, then let them challenge it. Let them challenge. That's their challenge. You just gonna live your life. So let that person or whoever, let them challenge it. But see, what it is, they want to break you down any way possible. You know what I mean? To control you, right? So you can fall up under dictatorship of what these people are about. Well, the hardest thing about falling up under the dictatorship of a narcissist, when you're not a narcissist, is the two different ways of living. You see what I'm saying? I live with emotions. You see what I'm saying? You live, hell, I don't even know how to call it. Off whatever program that you've been programmed to live off of. That's the best way I can say it, because I have no understanding of it. I do have an understanding of it because I've been around it long enough. But to understand, how they think and how they feel, your best bet just to, make your own assumptions off of it. But, again, it's like talking to a wall. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get the required information or the required emotions that you need from a narcissist. You're just not going to do it. You're not going to get it. They're very comfortable in their skin because that's what they're being programmed to be. And so, unfortunately, that by the time that they realize, some, not all, by the time some of them realize that they've been programmed to have these type of behaviors, they're basically, no good, because they're going to be mentally screwed. That's when people start dealing with personality disorders, and most narcissists have personality disorders. And that's why it's so difficult to talk to them rationally or rationalize with one, because they in and out. They in and out. It's a tough call, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I loved a narcissist for a long time. Still do. Unfortunately, my love had to just shift. I have to get just as programmed as they are. or as she, or as far as you go, as he or she. You have to reprogram the way you deal with a narcissist, if that's who you choose to be with. But I would tell anybody, make that shift, learn it, because it might not be the one that you laying with. It might not be the one that you spend a lot of time with, but it's a world full of them that you need to learn how to deal with. So learn, take the time and learn people. You understand what I'm saying? I put myself in a lot of uncomfortable situations, to learn this way of life that they've been programmed into. It's sad because you want to hate them. Oh, you want to hate them, but you know what? You have to learn how to think with a different emotion. You have to learn how to think with a different emotion. Feelings? Oh, you might as well cancel that. You know what I'm saying? Cancel that. You know what I mean? I take it as more of a learning experience than anything else. I still get upset. I still get frustrated. You know what I mean? But then it comes back to me like, this is the way she was trained. This is the way she was programmed. She does not see anything wrong with what she do. Or in your case, he or she might not see anything wrong with what they do. Because 1 minute, they this way, next minute, they that way. I mean, bipolar as fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Personality disorder. Multiple personalities. You know what I'm saying? This is where a narcissist is trained. And it's basically trauma-based. Some are going off trauma-based programming, where, a lot of stuff that they've learned is due to trauma. Whether they was beaten, abused, mentally, physically. Excuse me. This is how they was programmed. And usually it takes a handler. And a handler, I said in other videos, that a handler is someone that deals with them directly on a constant basis. So that handler is the one that can deprogram them faster than anything. If that handler disappears, or that handler happens to pass away, or that, after so many years of programming, then that person is stuck within that system of programming. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a very strong person mentally to be able to deprogram themselves. They have to want to, for one. They have to want to. But here's the thing. I figured out. Some narcissists, some that have been programmed through trauma-based programming, they kind of gravitate towards somebody that they have familiar with. You see what I'm saying? Whether that be sexually, whether that be physically, whether that be mentally. If you hold any type of inclination if you hold any type of familiarness, then what they was programmed to, that's what they're going to gravitate towards. That's what they're going to gravitate towards. So you have to ask yourself, why? What keeps you coming back to me? Or what keeps you going back to them? You understand what I'm saying? There's something there. That's including myself. You know what I'm saying? It's tricky, but it's simple. You understand what I'm saying? Once you take a step back, once you step back and really be honest with yourself and think about individuals and think about you, then you understand things a whole lot better. You can understand stuff. And trauma-based is one of the, I would like to say, one of the larger grounds that these narcissists, especially female narcissists, are familiar with. Abusive relationships, abusive situations. You understand what I'm saying? Being a street person, you know, coming off the streets, you know, I grew up, you know, a hard life, but there's no excuse for reacting in some of the ways that I have reacted throughout my life. But I can get physical. Remind you, my reality is a physical world. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to never change that. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from a world, if a person threatens you, you might want to go find him before he finds you. That's the world I live in. And that's my programming. You understand what I'm saying? We don't do threats over here. You see what I'm saying? If you talk about harm, okay. You know what I'm saying? But in this world, let me switch gears in gear. In this world, you have to be careful. Because they'll use you as a vessel. You understand what I'm saying? They will use you to get rid of somebody. Guess what? We got two gone. One stone, two gone. So be careful about how you move. But again, going back to what I was saying, you have to, you know, being trauma-based, programmed, and being a person coming from the streets, I used to be able to give, you know, I get upset and it comes. And I'm gonna growl, I'm gonna bark, you know what I'm saying? And I might strike. You understand what I'm saying? But for somebody that's been trauma-based programmed, you see what I'm saying? They used to it. That's what, believe it or not, that's what gets them off. Not, you know, sexually, I'm just saying. That's what they're used to. So that, it could be one way they gravitate towards you, male or female. I've talked to female individuals and they tell you, I don't know how to have, I ain't gonna say normal, I don't know how to have a relationship where it's peaceful. It's alien to them. Especially if they've been trauma-based programmed. Then all they know is trauma. All they know is bullshit. All they know is chaos. And they will gravitate towards any person, man or female, that gives it to them. But for somebody to come into their life and think with emotions and treat them off of emotions, they don't get it. They don't get it. This conversation can go on air forever and ever and ever. But I'm gonna end this video. To the ones that, you know, that's out there trying to do what's right, keep doing what you're doing. You know, the ones that are out there doing wrong, keep doing what you're doing. Because, you know, that's going to give people opportunity to learn the shit that y'all putting out. But understand something. Not everybody live in an illusion of a world. Some people live in a reality. And that reality, it might not coexist with what y'all got going. And so y'all are creating a lot of unnecessary issues. And you're putting people in harm's way. And I wish y'all would stop. I really do. Anyway, I'm gonna keep my faith, believe in the higher power. And we're just gonna go from there. Y'all have a good evening.